we are going to graph 4x squared minus 6x minus 3. I'm going to start with the y-intercept because it is in the standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c. The last value is your y-intercept. Your c value is your y-intercept. So this is at 0, negative 3, just like the one from yesterday. We're going to go down 0 to negative 3, graph that. I'm also going to label it the y-intercept. Okay. The next thing we have is axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry I did yesterday in purple, so I'm going to do that again. X equals negative b over 2a. B in this case is negative 6, so negative times negative 6 over 2 times 4, which equals 6 over 8, which equals 3/4. It's going to be a little bit harder to do, but that'll be okay. So 3/4 is roughly on the line, but not exactly. That's our AOS, axis of symmetry. Gotta write that as an equation. I apologize. The next thing we have is your vertex. That's in blue, but remember your vertex is built on your axis of symmetry. So the x value of your vertex is from your axis of symmetry. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in my calculator to find it. So I'm going to use this one. 4 parenthesis 3 divided by 4 parenthesis squared minus 6 parenthesis 3 divided by 4 minus 3. This has a fraction, so I'm going to go math frac 1, enter. And then I'm going to also give it as a decimal so I know what to graph. Oops. So negative 5.25. So this is at negative 21/4, which is also 0.75, negative 5.25. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, negative 5.25, so 5.25 is roughly here. That's my vertex. Okay, min or max value, doesn't matter if it's a min or max yet, I just know this value is a negative 5.25. 2 points on either side. I would use my rules. However, this one's not pretty nice, so I'm going to use the actual table so I can show you what the table looks like. Normally, I always graph by rules. So I would do right 1, and then you actually have to go up 4, which I'll talk about on a different problem that's a little bit prettier. So on this one, I'm going to go to y equals, and I'm going to type in this graph here. 4x squared minus 6x minus 3. I'm going to hit graph. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go calculate out a value. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go calculate the value. We're going to choose 1, and we're going to make sure that this value here is correct. Okay. So I'm going to type in enter, and I'm going to go 3/4 and see how I got negative 5.25. This is the min because it opens upwards. If I go second calc, I could calculate a min value. So if I go to the left side of this number, and if I go to the right side of this number, and I hit enter, it also gives me my min max. This is 0.75. That's another way you can do it. 2 points on either side. I'm going to go second table, and I'm going to find pretty points. So if you look here, there's some nice points, but they're not really super nice. So I got one there, negative 1.7, 1, negative 5, 2, 1, 3.15. I don't really have that pretty of points, but I will use them. So I need a black pen. So like I said, I had negative 1.7. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I had 1, negative 5. So 1, negative 5. Which is roughly right here. And then 2, 1. So I have 2 points on this side, and I have 2 points on this side. To make it a little bit easier, this is over 1 at 0.25. So if I go 0.25, which would be at 0.5 and 1 over, I can mirror. And that's where it's hard. So like this y-intercept is 0.75 this way, so if I go 0.25, 0.5, I can make another point here. It's just trying to find those pretty points. I could have changed my scale. I should have changed my scale, but I didn't. And then I'm just going to connect these. I have a darker green today. Sorry, I got to make my coffee. Okay. Connect them as best you can to sketch. Okay. So I did my points on the other two sides. So once again, to get to my table, I did second graph. And I'm just going to write them down, the other points that I did as a table. So at least some of the points. -1, 7, 0, -3, 1, -5, 2, 1, and then my vertex was in here. So that gets me some points. If you can't find pretty points, just writing them out on a table, that's totally cool. Solutions, I need to go calculate them out, which are also points on the graph. So remember to calculate your solutions. You need to go second calc. You're going to calculate out a 0. We're going to calculate the left one here, so I'm going to go to the left of that. So I'm on the left side. You can see my little spider dude. Hit enter. And then I'm going to go to roughly where my vertex is. I'm not going to cross this 0. Hit enter and enter. So I get a solution of -3, 9, 5, 0, which is really -0.4, 0, 0, 1, round to the nearest hundredth, 2 decimal places. Then, on the next one, and do it again, go to my vertex, hit enter, and then go over a little bit, hit enter, to the right, left bound, right bound, hit enter again, and that comes out to be 1.9. So 0, 2, because of that 5 rounds it up, would be 1.9, 0, which are more points, x-intercepts. So roughly I'm going to put a dot here, put 0, 1, put a dot here. Oh, I graphed my 2, 1 wrong. No, I didn't. That's right. 0, 2. This is not your axis. And there's your points, and then your solutions would be x equals -0.4, 1.9. Now, I haven't done this yet, but is it a max or a min? It's a minimum because it's down here on the bottom.